call the City Council meeting of Long Branch, September 27, 2023. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Vieira?
I'm here.
Dr. Vogt?
Here.
Mrs. Wittes?
Here.
Dr. Selly's absent. Mr. Dangler?
Here. We stand for pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
The Long Branch Mayor, City Council, and Administration are committed to cultivating an environment of mutual trust and respect that values the diversity of our community. We will strive to enhance the quality of life for all who live here by making Long Branch a desirable place in which to live and to prosper. We will treat all members of the public with respect and expect the same in return. Madam Clerk.
I hereby certify that this meeting has been published in the newspaper in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act and posted as required by law.
Thank you. This time we'll have a presentation, a recognition of lifeguards.
I'm just going to turn this way. Good evening, everybody, and thank you all for being here. So tonight we want to congratulate the Monmouth County Lifeguard team that won the 2023 National Lifeguard Championship in August, and this is the award that I'm assuming travels with whoever wins this award nationally. Over 800 lifeguards from all over the country competed in this competition. And in a major upset, from what we're told, over Los Angeles County, who held that championship for the last 27 years, our 87-person Monmouth County team brought home the national trophy. So I think it's a good look. I think there were a total of 82 or so participants, and several of those members of the team are here today. Many are also from Long Branch, and obviously several others could not make it. But we already knew that we had the best of the best guarding our beaches here in Long Branch and in Monmouth County, but this award really proved that to not only our area, but the state and the country. So again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Our lifeguards are critical to the safety and well-being of all those who enjoy the Long Branch oceanfront. And I just wanted to mention a few statistics here which I think are important, because this summer alone, Long Branch had 23 guarded beaches and conducted over 1,200 rescues for the season. They also documented over 23,000 safety-related actions with the public and provided medical aid over 900 times. So we need to remember that their training and vigilance are what makes us feel safe and able to enjoy all of our times at the beach. So I also want to recognize Stan Zuba, Danny George, our supervisors here in Long Branch, and supporting beach staff, all who do an outstanding job. So we owe them all, and again, to our lifeguards, congratulations and thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to read the certificate. Of course, they all will read the same, so I'll just read this first one. Certificate of recognition. This certificate is presented to Luke Bellina for being a vital member of Monmouth County Lifeguard Team, winning the first place Howard Lee Trophy at the 2023 United States Life-Saving Association National Lifeguard Championship, presented on the 27th day of September 2023, signed by Mayor Pallone and Council President Bill Dangler.
Luke, if you're here, could you come up?
Mayor, thank you.
Naomi Greca.
Congratulations.
James Isaacson. Frank Benden Kipnis. Lance Marsh. Timothy O'Connor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Charlie Renard. Thank you. Chase Rogers. Brian Shea.
Thank you. Thank you.
John Sneed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rick Stimson.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Mr. Mayor.
Pierre Thorman. Jake Turner.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And Amy White. We'd like to thank you and congratulate you for all of the work that you've done and on your championship.
Take a group picture, or however we can all get together. You guys want to?
No, just go. Go ahead.
Three, two, one.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Now there'll be a presentation for National Hispanic Heritage Month poem reading.
Thanks.
Okay. We will not have German American Heritage Month presentation today, but we will have National Hispanic Heritage Month poem reading by Gina Lomax, presented by Long Branch Public Schools.
Sorry. Afro Latina, camina conmigo. Salsa, swagger, anywhere stigo, como la negra tiene tumbao. Azúcar. Dance to the rhythm, beat the drums on my skin. Afro descendant, the rhymes within. The first language I spoke was Spanish, learned from lullabies whispered in my ear. My parents' tongue was a gift which I quickly forgot after realizing my peers do not understand it. They do not understand me. So I rejected habichuela y mango, much preferring Happy Meals and Big Macs, straightening my hair in imitation of Barbie, hoping to lessen the humiliation, proud to call myself American, a citizen of this nation. I hated my caramel colored skin. Curse God, I've been born the color of cinnamon. I've been born the color of cinnamon. How quickly we forget where we come from. So remind me. Remind me that I come from the Taínos of the Rio, the Aztec, the Mayan, los Incas, los españoles con sus fincas, buscando ora y uva africanos con sus manos bota mundo que nunca he imaginado. I know I come from stolen gold, from cocoa, from sugarcane, the children of slaves and slave masters. A beautiful, tragic mixture, a sancocho of a race history. I can't seem to escape the thought of lost lives and indigenous rape. A bittersweet bitterness, a feeling of innate, the soul of people, past, present, and fate. Our stories cannot be checked into boxes. They are forgotten, the undocumented. The passed down spoonfuls of arroz con dulce a la abuela's knee. They're the way our hips skip the beat of cumbia, merengue, and salsa. They're the bending and blending of backbones. We are deformed and reformed. It's the sway of our songs and the landscape of our skirts, the azúcar beneath our tongues. We are the unforeseen children. We are not cultural wedlock. Hair too kinky for Spain, to wave it for dreadlocks. So our palms are the cuentos of Meri Tierras. Read our lifeline birth of intertwined moonbeams and starshine. We are every ocean cross. North Star navigates our waters. Our bodies have been bridges. We are the sons and daughters. El destino de mi mente, black, brown, beautiful. Viviremos para siempre, Afro-Latinas hasta la muerte.
Thank you, well done. Yes, that's fine. Oh.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, sure.
Hola amigos, ¿qué hacen aquí? Oh, what we're doing here? We're selling food at the Hispanic Festival. You sell food too? That's great. We're all looking to together. What food are you selling? I'll sell the delicious feijoada from Brazil, my favorite. Mine is taquitos from Bolivia. Ate empanadas from Colombia. Oh guys, you have no idea how good the pizza from the South is. My mom is the best. Her mom is an excellent Pepian from Guatemala and Valeras from Honduras. Guys, I'm getting hungry thinking about my favorite asado from Argentina and Uruguay. My uncle makes them for every celebration. I agree, but don't forget the ceviche from Peru and Ecuador. People will love it. I'm selling Caribbean food like ropa vieja from Cuba y arroz con gandules from Puerto Rico y la bandera de Dominican Republic. I will sell tamales from Mexico and also sopa from Paraguay. And I will sell pastel de choco from Chile. This is so delicious. And what about the dessert? A sobremesa, el postre. Of course, we have desserts. We have quesillos from Venezuela, cajetas de Nicaragua, and tortillas from Argentina. Delicioso. Gostoso. Y sabroso. Qué rico. Delicious. Qué hambre.
Thank you.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the September 13th, 2023 meeting. Roll call.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Roll call.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly's absent. Mr. Dangler?
Yes. Consideration of ordinance public hearing and final consideration. 027-23. A bond ordinance providing various 2023 capital acquisitions and improvements for City of Long Branch in the County of Monmouth, the State of New Jersey, appropriating $4,075,000. Therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $3,888,700 bond of note of the city to finance part of the cost thereof. This ordinance was introduced on September 13th, 2023, and provides for various capital acquisitions and improvements consisting of repairs and improvements of various road and sidewalks throughout the city. The purchase of beach tractor and rakes for the city, and the purchase of various equipment for City Hall and the fire department. I need a motion to open for public hearing on this ordinance only.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. If any member of the public has a comment to make of this ordinance only, please come to the mic. Come to the podium and state your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once on this ordinance 0-2723.
Vincent Lepore, 33 Ocean Terrace, Long Branch, requesting 1 minute notification. Section 3, quote, "The improvements and purposes hereby authorizes and purposes the financing of which said debt obligations are to be issued include but are not limited to as the follows." Under Section 3, the description, A, line item for repairs and improvements to various roads and sidewalks throughout the city. Useful life is marked 10 years. Under Section 7, B, there's a period of usefulness of 10.6 years. Mr. Martin, is that a typographical error?
No, that's the average of the useful life of all of the items that are in here.
That's the average of all the useful life of 10,
That's,
15, 15.
it's calculated by our bond council, so I can't tell you exactly the formula that it uses, but that's what it is.
So you have 40 years here, you have the fire department blank, and you're telling me the average of 40 years is 10.6 years.
No, I'm telling you.
Well, that's what you stated.
What I'm telling you is that it is an average, but it is calculated by our bond council, and I can't tell you what the formula is that it uses to calculate it. There's it's a question for our bond council, but there's a state rule as to how you calculate it, and that's the answer.
That's ridiculous. I disagree.
Do you know the formula?
I'm asking Mr. Martin. You certainly don't.
I don't. Mr. Martin's not here.
Well, then it'll have to be Oprah. Nice to be prepared for this, isn't it? Tonight's bill payout, the Gagliano appraisal, $3,800. Is this for the fire department or the firehouse, whatever this is for fire that's left blank? What purpose is this of fire?
It was for an appraisal of a firehouse.
Appraisal of the firehouse. Was the appraisal done to prove the purchase price or to prorate purchase price versus improvements?
It was just done to test the market to see where they are and the worth of the building.
I suggested this back in March. It wasn't done. Nice to see. Months afterwards, we do it. All right. So this is Atlantic Avenue, and the fire is for the purchase. All right, we're going to leave it at this now. I'm requesting this matter be tabled, this resolution, since it's not clear, Fire is left blank. We have no useful life of anything on fire. And the formula for averaging with the 10.6 is unexplainable. I'm requesting ordinance 2723 be tabled.
Hi, Ernest McNulty, Boynton Beach, Florida. I also would like to see this tabled. I find it interesting that I watch all the meetings the day after in Florida, and I can't believe that on these important kinds of readings and public participation, if it wasn't for Mr. Lepore, like, nobody comes here. And that's frightening in a city with what, 30-odd thousand people that we know about, and maybe another 20,000 that are unknown. And there's no public, no matter what. And there's no city finance person. There's no... It doesn't make sense why nobody calls in. And then when you try and talk to a commissioner about something like this, the city attorney always chimes in. So I don't know, like, if you all know, but these meetings are supposed to follow Robert's rules, and they're also supposed to be a certain protocol that people who come up here to speak can get some kind of answers, because all we ever get is that, well, this one's not here, this person's not there. I mean, where is everybody? You watch this on cable in Florida, and I think to myself, well, whatever happened to Long Branch? What happened to public participation?
Mr. McNolly,
Yeah,
are you addressing this particular ordinance, sir?
yeah, I am, but I was waiting for you to interrupt me, so I think it should be tabled. I can always depend on you to interrupt somebody.
Glad I didn't disappoint you.
You never do.
I need a motion to close.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This is the second reading of ordinance 2723. I need a motion to adopt the second and final reading of advertised according to law.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly's absent. Mr. Dangler?
Yes. Ordinance 028-23, capital ordinance amending the capital ordinance number 0-05-23, finally adopted by the City Council, the City of Long Branch, and the County of Monmouth, the State of New Jersey, on March 22nd, 2023, to amend the title, capital ordinance, and description of the improvements referred in Section 2A therein. This ordinance was introduced on September 13th, 2023, and amends the capital ordinance number 0-05-23, final adoption by the City Council on March 22nd, 2023, and amended the title to description of the improvements in Section 2A. Thereof includes various repairs and reconstruction to the firehouse, including but not limited to the construction of sleeping quarters. I need a motion to open the public hearing on this ordinance only.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Yes.
If any member of the public has a comment to make on this ordinance only, please come to the podium, state your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once on this ordinance.
Vincent Lepore, 33 Ocean Terrace, Long Branch, requesting 1-minute notification. Thanks for the lack of transparency on ordinance 27. This council has no transparency whatsoever in government. Ordinance 2823, the amended bond ordinance adds renovations to an undisclosed firehouse, adding to the previously appropriations for the library and the Ronald McDonald House to new health and communications offices. Since the actual dollar of the amended bond ordinance doesn't change from the original ordinance to the amended ordinance, then the original projected cost estimates at either the library or the Ronald McDonald House both have been adjusted downwards, freeing up funds for the inclusion of renovations to an undisclosed firehouse. Where's the transparency? Where's the breakout in this ordinance? What are the new respective downward cost estimates for the library and the Health Communications Center at the Ronald McDonald House? Does anybody have those figures?
We don't have the exact figures, but the downward is from the Health and Wellness Center, and we're adding the firehouse, and it's not actually a firehouse, it's a sleeping quarters behind the Union Avenue Firehouse for the career firemen.
So this has now freed up funds for renovation to the undisclosed firehouse. It would have been nice had this been broken out in this ordinance. Again, I don't see the transparency in the writing of these ordinances. I don't see it at all for me to ask these questions. I'm requesting the matter be tabled again until the residents of this city have a clear understanding of where money is coming from and where money is going. Requesting the matter be tabled.
Hi, Ernest McNolly, Boynton Beach, Florida. So, I listened on this ordinance for months, remotely, and it's always the same issue. There's no transparency, no accountability, no specifics, and yet everything keeps getting approved. It's like the previous administration. Everything's a yes vote, no matter what. There's no public here asking any questions. You know, you have to push to get, like, what about the firehouse?
Keep to the ordinance, Mr.
Yeah, I'm
McNulty?
saying, now all of a sudden, you're telling people it's sleeping quarters, right? I mean, what else do these firemen need? Bowling alleys, sleeping quarters, kitchens, exercise rooms? What do they want now? Like rooftop entertainment centers? I thought a fireman is like a gritty position, you know. All this money, and it's always the same answer. We'll get back to you next week. We'll get back to you next month. We'll get back to you. We will get back to you, and we will get back to you. It should be tabled. You have to stop appropriating all this money where no one really knows where it's coming from, and probably the only person who knows is Mr. Menendez. If you get what I mean.
I need a motion to close.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. This is the second reading of ordinance 28-23. I need a motion to adopt the second and final reading and advertise according to law.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly's absent. Mr. Dangler?
Yes. Ordinances for introduction. There aren't any, I'm sorry. Public portion for resolution and general comment. I need a motion to open the public portion of the meeting for all comments.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. If there's anyone in the audience that has a comment to make, please step to the podium, state your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once.
Requesting 1-minute notification, Vincent Lepore, 33 Ocean Terrace, Long Branch. The ordinance that was introduced at the 9/13 meeting, ordinance 2623, the Monmouth University overlay, Mr. Raynon, that evening, you got it wrong twice. You stated it was an R3 zone being overlaid, when in actuality it's an R2 zone. Then you stated to a resident that it would be going to a planning board and that for any discussions, and then back to council for discussions again with the residents. At the 9/19 planning board meeting, the ever so incompetent planning board attorney, Cacciaro, I'm going to say his name now, stated in response to city engineer Laura Newman, public comment is discretionary, and he barred it. He barred residents at a planning board meeting from asking how their houses were affected. No transparency, junk government. You stated on the introduction of 2623, Mr. Dangler, that it would be adopted tonight, September 27th. You're wrong as well. Mr. Raynon, why is the city initiating the overlay and not Monmouth University?
Because Monmouth University doesn't have zoning power, the city does.
Did Monmouth University request this?
Yes.
They did. Why can't Monmouth University go before the boards and request variances to build what is needed like other property owners?
Well, they could, but we did it by a rezoning because it allows us to do it comprehensively and not lot by lot.
That's a shallow answer. Very shallow. Is this overlay for public purpose or public good?
Excuse me?
Is the overlay for public purpose or public good?
Yes, as is all zoning.
When was the first communication between Monmouth University and the city on this matter?
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell me. I know. Mr. Raynon, can you tell me who the attorneys are behind the city and the attorneys behind Monmouth University on this matter?
Well, I haven't dealt with the attorneys for Monmouth University on this matter, but I'm the city attorney.
You haven't dealt with the attorneys at Monmouth University,
Our planners have been working together.
so you've initiated an overlay with no communication now with the attorneys for Monmouth University.
Haven't had to. Our planners have been dealing with each other.
This is ridiculous.
So I
This,
don't know why, there's no need, since it's a city legal matter, the city attorney has been handling it, and the two planners have been working together on the standards that went into the ordinance.
this is a loaded deck. This is sickening. It's sickening to the affected residents of Block 70. Ms. Wittes, since you voted on this September 13th, what are the total number of buildings projected to be built by Monmouth University in the proposed overlay?
I'm not sure at this time.
You're not sure, but you voted yes for the introduction. Well, let me tell you, Block 70 is roughly 14.1 acres if you do the math inside the ordinance. There exists a 3.9 acre minimum lot size. This will ultimately result into a 3-building corporate campus. What are the purposes of each of the 3 buildings?
Purposes are outlined in the ordinance.
No, what are the defined uses?
They're outlined in the ordinance.
State them on the record, the public record.
No, they're outlined in the ordinance.
Do you know what they
I'm
are?
not going to repeat the entire ordinance. They're outlined in the ordinance.
The ordinance is not correct. We've got different information, and we want to know what the stated purpose is of 3 buildings.
Well, you just said 3 buildings. I don't know that anybody else said 3 buildings. So you made something up. And
No, I didn't make it up, it came from the math, Mr. Raynon. Mr. Raynon, do you know for the public record what purpose each of those buildings will be done for?
in all
1 minute
due
warning.
One's for classrooms,
respect-
but,
Once again, since you made it up.
oh, forget it.
Why don't you tell
Forget
me
it.
what the buildings you made up are being used for? Because you made it up.
No, that's your job. You're the lawyer, you just said you prepared it.
No, I didn't make anything up. You're the one that's making stuff up.
You just stated you prepared this for the city without the use of the attorneys from Monmouth University. The inconsistency is sickening. I'm against this ordinance. All this is an intimidation factor on the residents in Block 70. You're intimidating them, you're loosening their ability to do what they want to do. You're taking everything. It's reminiscent of 2005 with the city doing the redevelopment zones. Back then, it was an intimidating factor on residents, property owners, homeowners in those redevelopment zones, and this overlay has an intent,
5 minutes.
and it's ill intent. It's ill. It's wrong. And Mr. Raynell doesn't live in the Long Branch. This council does. And you're affecting the property and homeowners in Block 70, your fellow residents. You're using an intimidating tactic on them for an overall purpose, and we know what that purpose is. This is junk government.
Hi, Ernest McNally, born at Monmouth Medical Center. I can't believe what this city has become. I'll be 75 November 1st, and I'm not a crybaby. When I see what's going on with Long Branch, it brings me to tears. I still have family all over, and it's frightening what's going on. Today, I spent most of my day all over Long Branch. It's a disgrace. Infrastructure. Pier Village looks like it's falling down. You built a building on an improper foundation. You built it a wood building. The owner's constantly calling everybody all over the country, can we help? Black mold, mildew, floors settling, riots, prices that no one can afford. And you go there, it's a disgrace. Half the things are vacant. It's a sham show, because we know where the money's coming from. We know why the attorneys for the city are connected to politics, and we know the politics are connected to Washington, and we know how COVID money and other kind of grants are being brought into the city, and instead of going for homeless and veterans and to help average people, it's going for all this silly looking stuff like a hotel that looks like a swimming pool, and well, what a disgrace. That whole, I walked physically all around Pier Village today. It's an absolute disgrace. It's filthy. It's a health hazard. It's got so many building violations. Who knows how things got approved? Half of it's vacant. Everything that you talk about is so valuable. Nobody wants to rent here, and there's no customers. And then the selective enforcement is frightening. There's people walking around with drinks and drugs and alcohol, and nobody will say anything. There's people parking in the electric parking that run Starbucks, and they don't care. They don't even have electric cars. And if you tell a policeman, they laugh at you. That place is a dump. And what you did to get it built, how many people know what the Schneider administration, with some people who are actually sitting here, did to the residents along where Pier Village is? Remember the Purple Hearts? Remember those people? Remember what they were put through? And remember all the suspicious fires and the suspicious deaths and everything, and the code violations against Purple Heart veterans who didn't fit the thing. In other words, we want the property. No, we want to die here. You're not going to die here. You're going to get thrown out. It's happening all over Long Branch. Yeah, look what you're doing. Every time you move a bill, now you're putting the courthouse away from the police department, you're putting it uptown. How many people do that? You could centralize. You got all the property across the street, or buy it or something. Make this a complete complex. You keep dividing everything. No matter what the public says, you keep doing what you want to do. You keep making deals, and then when you look at upper politics, how it's connected to this city, and we're talking 4 of the last 5 presidents spend a lot of time here and in Asbury Park. And look what's going on in these 2 cities. They're being destroyed. And only now you're starting to see in the news all the corruption way at the top, and you could follow it all the way down, right into the city, to the mayors, the commissioners, the council members. All the lawyers are all connected. Everybody's connected, right out to the county, and they're all connected to Washington, and they're all getting the money. And the poor people in Asbury and Long Branch are being pushed out while you all become millionaires. You're all becoming multimillionaires. Everybody knows it. You know, who's got more money than than the mayor and the House, Mr. John Pallone. It's like you own half of Long Branch. I don't see what's so funny, Mayor. You do own half of Long Branch, don't you know that?
Mr. Mignoli, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't own the liquor store on,
The last 5 minutes, I have no idea what you're talking
my
about.
time's not up, is it?
You have 14 seconds.
Oh, 14 seconds. Mayor, you're full of baloney, you know that? You own more than half of Long Branch. So does your brother. Why don't you come clean with the public?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I need a motion to close the public portion of the meeting.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Madam Clerk, were there any changes to the list of resolutions?
No changes have been made.
We can take the list of resolutions as a consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Viera is absent. Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Dangler?
Yes. Applications, I need a motion to appoint the following members. Long Branch Fire Department. Roman Vasquez, Christopher Chasey.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Mr. Viera is absent. Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Dangler?
Yes. Miscellaneous business for the good of the order. Mr. Vieira?
He left.
He dropped, okay. Councilwoman Vogt.
Thank you, Council President. I have to say I get so inspired when I see our kids. All the hope in the future, all the work that they put into their presentations, the important messages that they give us, sometimes things that we forget as we grow older, and we hear kids talk about the important messages that we should remember. Our thanks to all of our students who participated tonight, and thanks to our school district for being here, working with us every meeting for a celebration of a Heritage Month. I really think Long Branch has started a wonderful tradition of how we bring our kids into become involved civically in what's going on in their city. So again, just so proud of them. It's a happy moment for me when I see them. So thank you very much, and look forward to seeing everyone in 2 weeks.
Councilwoman Wittes.
Yes, I'd like to congratulate the lifeguards on all their hard work this summer and for winning the competition and bringing such pride to our city. And thank you for the students who came here. You know, school just started only a few weeks ago, and the staff was able to put this together, and we want to thank them for all their hard work. And thank you for everyone for coming this evening, and have a good night. Thank you.
Mayor Pallone.
Thank you, Council President. I just wanted to mention a couple of upcoming events. This Saturday is Long Branch Day. That's from 1 to 4 p.m. at Slocum Park. Join us for a family fun day with free food, vendors, and activities for the kids. The Italian Heritage Night art reception will be on October 5th. That's next Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. We'll feature Italian artists, complimentary food and beverage. The event is presented by the Amerigo Vespucci Society in collaboration with the City of Long Branch. And the next day, on October 6th at 4 p.m., we'll have the Italian flag raising ceremony right out front here in City Hall. And finally, on the Columbus Day Parade, which has been an annual event for decades, is next Sunday. It's a week from Sunday, October 8th at 1 p.m. It'll start at the middle school. Come out and join us along the parade route. So thank you for being here this evening, and have a great week.
Thank you. On last Thursday, September 21st, I attended the active shooting training. I want to say it was very enlightening. It was eye-opener for some. Excuse me. Eye-opener, but it was very well done. So I'd like to thank Safety Director Bill Broughton, and certainly the Covenant Church, Pastor Tony Moss, for putting it all together. And I believe there was at least 10 churches that were invited to be a part of the training, and it wasn't just for the pastors and the leadership, it was for anyone anyone in town, really, just to get the word out and come, just so you can get started. It wasn't a full training, but it certainly was enough to give those who were there ideas on what to do if something was to happen. So I'd like to thank you and thank all of you, and be safe as the weather is changing. With that being said, God bless you, and now I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.